The sooner the better. It is a phrase which helps us very much in our lives. Feedback must be given immediately after the assessment or evaluation has been done. You must have noticed that sometimes when you are interviewed for a job or for getting admission to some university, you really want to know what have you done. You really want to know what are the good things you have done and what were the bad things you did in your interview. Every human being wants the same. The students, the learners, the children all want it immediately. In some schools, I have noticed that the assessments are done and the results and the feedback is delayed. It is delayed to such an extent that the students, they lose interest in it. As it is said, delayed feedback does not have an impact. It does not have an impact because why? Because when the time passes, there are many other things which one starts thinking about. And what happens is that as most of the activity is forgotten by the student. So the student, because the life is so fast, so many things are happening in the life of a student. In the morning, he is being tested. In the evening, he is playing a game. The next day, he is participating in a competition. So many things are happening in his life. So if the feedback is delayed, that means there will be other things in his life which he will be thinking about, and then he will be concentrating on those. The priority should be that when some assessment is done or some evaluation is done, the feedback should be given immediately so that the learner or the child or the person has it in his mind what he did and how could have he improved on that. Otherwise, some other priorities may take place in his mind and he may forget and he may not agree with your feedback because it is a delayed feedback. And maybe after that, he has improved on that. And he thinks that you are wrong because he never does that. But if you do it immediately, he is very sure about it, that yes, he made that mistake. He did not use the article. When he was talking, he did not use the proper intonation. Or maybe when he was writing, he was not using the correct form of tense. So if you give the immediate feedback, he may agree to it and accept it easily. Whereas in the delayed form, number one, he would have forgotten what mistakes he has done. Number two, maybe some other things are more important for him now than what he has done before. Maybe after doing the test, he won a trophy. So the trophy is more important for him than thinking about the test he did and he didn't get good marks in it, because he has some other priority now. He can do the job which is better for him. So in order to have an impact of your feedback, it is good to give the feedback on time. It should never be delayed. And it should not be talking about just here and there. It has to be very focused so that the listener or the person who is getting the feedback agrees with you. The main secret or the main key to get an impact on the feedback is that it has to be very honest. It has to be something to which the person who is getting the feedback agrees with, because he can see that he has done those mistakes or these are the areas which are his weak areas. Only then that feedback will have an impact on him. In case it is not doing so, if it is saying something which the person has not done or which the learner has not done, then he will not agree with you and there will be no impact and there will be no result of that feedback if the feedback is not parallel to what he has really done.